This is 2017 Year in Review.
Ooh, it's great to be alive. Ooh, it's great to be alive tonight. Ooh, it's great to be alive tonight.
Hey guys, and welcome to the non-vlog. This actually isn't a vlog, this is just a video. Jeremy actually had an idea last year that we would write down every week something that happened during the week, that week. And then we would make a video at the end of the year and kind of have a year in review. So this is 2017 Year in Review. So, here you go, baby. I did the weeks up to where they were like, let me get my glasses. So there's about 4 weeks per month, and then I wrote something down for each one of those months. And so this is what my dad. All right, January, week 1. Oh, we had the first snowfall of the year. Beautiful, yet didn't cause any problems for us. So that's kind of unusual for us to get any kind of snow at the beginning of January.
Although I saw on my Facebook timeline that like 6 years ago that happened too, at the 1st of January, and we were actually out for a couple of days. It was a big storm.
So January week 2, the boy turned 14. And the Saab got a new window.
The Saab got a new window. Yeah, I remember that. I came out. I was still in school, and I came out late night from work study and got in the car and shut the door and kind of looked, in the rear view, and I'm like, this was not right. It was like psychedelic distortion. So I got back out and went around there, and my window had been busted. I don't know whether it was the extreme cold or extreme vandalism.
Extreme vandalism.
But anyway, yeah, I had to end up taking it over to Precision Tent and getting a new window.
You said Precision Tent, and I pictured a tent instead of tent.
I believe it was right around $400 or something.
It wasn't too bad considering it was the Saab. Considering it cost almost like $300 for a seatbelt, didn't it?
$700 for seatbelt.
January week 3. Jeremy started his externship and last term of school. And then I met a girl named Dana, and we went to lunch for the first time. So you started your externship. I guess that would have been at Far America.
Yes, where I'm currently employed. That's where I started my externship.
Should we be telling people where you work? And I met Dana. She was a really cool girl. She did a class on foraging conifers and stuff, and we hit it off, and she's actually moved away now. So yeah, but I'm glad I got to meet her, and we went for lunch, and we had such a lovely time. January week 4. Went to Wild Love and met Patera at Rural King. Wild Love is a bakery here in Knoxville, and they're really famous.
Well, they're famous because there was a magazine, I don't remember which one it was, rated them as the #1 bakery in the country. So we were like, we need to go check that out. And it's a really neat place. They had some soups, they had different coffees and teas, and bakery items, of course.
Yeah.
It was really good. And what was even better is that just right down within walking distance of them was Mid-Mod Collective, which was a really cool store where Book Eddie's settled into.
Yep. So we went down there.
That was nice.
But we apparently went running around that day because we ended up at Rural King.
We went to IAMS that day too.
Did we?
I think that might have been seat swap day.
Could be. I don't have that on here though.
Yeah, because I remember we went there and then we went to IAMS Nature Center after that.
But anyways, we went to Rural King, and Patera is actually Patera of the Great Appalachian Homestead here on YouTube. And she was over there looking at the little chickens, and I was like, Patera! And so we got to talk, and she was actually on my vlog shortly that day. That was really cool to meet another YouTuber, especially, she's pretty famous. I'm not. Alright, so now we're in February. Happy birthday, Rhino. It was Ryan's birthday. Went to Asheville Pinball Museum and Rocky's Hot Chicken Shack to celebrate. So we took Rhino over to Asheville, to the Pinball Museum, and to Rocky's.
Yeah, good times.
Yep. Week 2. Happy birthday, Tracy! We went to the melting pot and finally got a moving flames candle. Oh yeah, my candle. I love this candle. Let me show it to you. Let me show you my candle. I don't want to turn it on because it'll mess up my timing. But look, see? Look, the flame actually moved and it actually looks like a real flame.
Huh.
I don't want to turn it on because it's on a timer. So this is what the flame looks like. See, I mean, it looks like a real flame, right? But it's not, see? I love it. These are my favorite. Okay. Week 3. Ow, we just hit me in the head. Valentine's Day. Had lunch with Dawn. Empire Workshop, and we saw Lego Batman. Not sponsored by Lego Batman. I remember that.
Lego Batman with the movie?
Yeah, we took Kenan to go see Lego Batman.
I don't remember that.
So I went and had lunch with Dawn that week, my friend from work. You went to the Empire Workshop up in Crossville, I believe. Was it up in Crossville? And then we saw Lego Batman. We did a vlog on it that day, and Kenan kept saying not sponsored by Lego Batman, which is where I wrote not sponsored by Lego Batman. You don't remember Lego Batman?
No.
He slept through most of it. No surprise. Week 4, Daddy had knee surgery. When he had his knee surgery. Ripley's had local discount days. Went to aquarium, believe it or not, and got a free ride up the Space Needle.
Yeah, and we really were very fortunate. On those days, I mean, it's absolutely packed out. We got there when they opened, and so the line was minimal. It was not very busy at all during our stay there. But I tell you, when we walked out, we exited the place.
Yeah,
there was
crazy.
A multitude of people. I mean, like 1,000 people out there, and it was like, man, we escaped that one. And it was kind of that way the whole day. The Space Needle story was we went in there just to go to the arcade park because we like to play the little basketball game. We have this competition going on. And we did that. I probably lost again. And we were leaving, and this lady came up and said, "Hey, do you want tickets up to the Space Needle? We're not going to use them. We're leaving." So it's like, okay. I'd never been up there before, and I don't know. I'm not a big on heights. It was cool to go up there, and cool is the operative word.
It was cold.
It was chilly
It
up
was
there.
so cold.
But you know, you got a good picture of the fire damage and stuff that happened. What, 3 months before?
Yeah.
So, but it was kind of scary up there because it would shake and you would move.
Yeah, it sways.
Like, man. And then you also think about it wasn't that long ago that somebody jumped off there, so see how easy that was to do too.
I wasn't going to bring that up. I wasn't going to bring that up. March. We're into March. Week 1. Went to the Nashville Lawn and Garden Show. And then you had the captain's meeting in Crossville. That's the one that was in Crossville.
Yeah.
Lawn and Garden Show. That's awesome. Oh, I hope we get to go this year.
So too. When the dates?
March 1st through 4th. Hopefully we get to go with those. Okay, the second week. Comedy night at Pizza House. Remember that? It was third wheel comedy.
I remember that because that's the night I got busted.
Oh yeah! He did not arrested, guys. He skipped he skipped school because he had a late class. And he skipped school to go to Pizza House. And we're sitting there, and he looks over, and his teacher was sitting over there, and his teacher had come after class. So Jeremy had to go over there, and that was hilarious.
Buy him a beverage.
Yeah.
Say, sorry.
First machinist practice, it was in the snow, and Ryan went with you.
Okay, I don't remember that.
Y'all practiced in the snow. Third week of March, spring break for Kenan. I don't guess we did anything. Fourth week, dinner at Applebee's with Jeremy's classmates. So you all were celebrating the end of your semester, end of your...
Graduate.
Yeah.
It's almost graduation time. The end of school, yeah.
The cat wants in. Alright, this is week 5 of March. Melting pot to celebrate Jeremy starting his job on March 27th. Yay! So apparently I didn't put anything about your externship at Food City.
Nope.
Quit going in and out, cat. I'm back. April, week 1. First machinist ball game and library book sale, and toured Kenan's new high school. So yay. I love the library book sale, although we went like the 3rd day.
Yeah, it's like the first day is like for a special day for special people.
Yeah, like for
like library donors.
yeah, friends of the library.
Friends of the library, that's what they're called. Not special people.
Yeah, y'all had your first ball game. I'm sure you lost.
We lost big time. That was up at Piney Flats too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It was because one of our viewers lives near there.
Yeah, still didn't get to go to Powell's.
Yeah, we not. We couldn't find it or something.
We drove by it.
What?
We just didn't have time.
Why did we have to get back? I don't know. I'm asking you something from a year ago. And we went to Kenan's new high school. His high school's so cool. But of course, I can't tell you all about that. Too much about it for reasons. Okay, week number 2. Jeremy took his certification and passed with flying colors. He was so worried.
Well, it was a very difficult test, and all the practice tests I took, I did not do so well.
Yeah, he bombed some of them real big time.
Man, what am I doing?
So he was really worried.
But and then the thing is, you take it at the Pearson Testing Center, so it's like top security. You have to go through all these rings and rigmaroles.
Rigmarole.
And then you do the test, and you have your whiteboard. You're doing the math, and you do all this stuff. And I answered all the questions. And I did it with plenty of time. You got like an hour and 20 minutes or something like that, and I was done in like 30 minutes. So I had all this time. I'd go back and look at them all, and finally I was like, I'm going to overthink this. Just push the button, be done with it. And then the screen went blank, and then you either get 2 screens. You get congratulations, you passed, and the other one that says. The other screen says you'll get your results in a minute.
Oh no.
So, the screen went blank, and it felt like forever. Finally, it came up, congratulations. I was like, man.
All right, April week 3. Had family over for Easter and North Hills plant sale. So that was our first plant sale of the season.
Did you go to that one by yourself?
I did.
Because I had a game that
Mm-hmm.
day.
I did go by myself. April week 4. Alice Cooper at Cherokee. That was such a good concert.
Oh, you know what else happened that weekend too? That's when we went to the brunch. Because we went from Cherokee over to Biltmore and had that brunch that weekend.
I didn't write that on here.
Yeah, I remember that because we drove from Cherokee and we kind of went in there and had that brunch. That brunch was amazing over at the Deer Park.
Yeah. That's what he remembers is the food. I remember the concert, and I can remember filming in Cherokee Casino, and I kept saying something like "wow" or "amazing" or something like that. It's so overwhelming in there with all the lights and all that. I kept saying how crazy or something. All right, now we're into May. Appalachian Homestead Conference in Crossville, and Kenan got to spend the day with Melody. And the Machinists had a great victory in Chattanooga.
One of only 2 victories last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a crazy game because we had some bad weather coming in, and it came in the 9th inning. I mean, the wind was blowing like 50 miles an hour. You hit a ball and it started like it's going in the middle, and all of a sudden it'd be way over here. But we managed to hold on because we had a good lead up to then, and then they were at bat when the weather hit, and they started hitting these balls, and we couldn't get to them. But we held on and won that game like 18-9, I believe was the final.
Yeah. So we went our separate ways. You were in Chattanooga, and I was in Crossville, and Kenan was up there. He got to spend time with his aunt, and I got to go to the Homestead Conference, which was really cool because I actually got to meet a guy that lives near us in Maryville, and his name's Jim. I want to say Buckingham. I'm not sure that's right. He's an herbalist, but he actually had ties to the vintage baseball as well. So that was really cool. All right, May 2nd, second week. Ran over to the Asheville Herb Fest. Then later, the East Tennessee Plant Swap, and Jerm worked on his first Saturday. So, the Herb Fest, we weren't going to go, and we waffled around because it was the last day, it was a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Kenan, so we were like, should we go, should we not go, should we go, should we not go? And we decided at the last minute to go. And then we had the East Tennessee Plant Swap, and so I went by myself. I guess it was me and Kenan. Because you worked your first Saturday. Wah, wah, wah. Mother's Day, and Germ graduated with highest honors. That was pretty cool. It was so hot when you graduated. Everybody was sweating. The air conditioner wasn't working good. It was awful. Middle school is over, and we put in our patio and built our swing. So, middle school was over for Kenan. He was beginning his high school journey. I can't believe he's so old now. And we put in our patio outside and put in my little swing. Yay. Alright, now we're into June. House concert, and we took Kenan. So we took Kenan to his very first house concert. Do you remember who that was?
Webb Wilder, I believe.
I think you're right.
Webb Wilder.
So he got to experience that. June, week 2, took Kenan to see Captain Underpants at the movies. Do you remember seeing Captain Underpants?
Yeah.
That was such a cute movie. Not sponsored by Captain Underpants. Week 3. Oh, Sunday Fun Day at the Island and Crime Museum with Kenan. Swan on?
Swam at Nanu's.
Oh, we swam at Nanu's all week. And a disappointing wing fest with Ryan. Lavender Fest was great, though.
That's a busy week.
We had a lot going on. Okay.
Starting with that Sunday, yeah, the Crime Museum was such a fun place.
That was super awesome. If y'all are in Pigeon Forge, that place is worth your money. It is so cool. We had so much fun. We had promised Kenan earlier that we would take him in the spring. I guess it was in the fall. We told him we'd take him to the island in the spring, and we had a great time there. But the Crime Museum was super awesome.
And we also went, to the island, and we did like the mirror maze. We bought like a thing where we got to go through as many times as we wanted to. So
we started racing through there.
Yeah, we was having competitions and time and see who could get through the quickest. And of course, I won.
Kenan won.
I won.
Kenan was so fast in there. Kenan won.
That's him.
Wingfest was so disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that we'll ever go back.
Probably not. Not if they keep that format. No, it's just a waste of time. No.
Yeah, I mean, we were getting wings that weren't cooked all the way through because they were trying to hurry up and cook them, and they blocked off all the place where all the shade was, and no, it's just the Lavender Fest was great. All right, June, week 4, Father's Day. Took the parents out for Mexican lunch. Margaret came over to hang out, and Amber had her baby shower while the machinist beat the Scouts in extra innings. So I actually went to the baby shower, and then I went over to the game.
Yeah, our second final victory of the season.
Margaret is my beloved cousin, by the way. She came over to visit. When we get together, we talk for hours. I love her. All right, July, week 1. Kenan went to camp and got saved and baptized. And we also bought our Chevy Volt. So that was pretty awesome. Kenan went to camp and he got baptized there. And it's about an hour and a half away. And Jeremy was working, so he couldn't go with me. But I ended up driving the Volt up there. I was so scared because I wasn't used to driving it yet. You know how that is when you get a new car. But yeah, I love my Volt. Loving my Volt. It's pretty cool to have an electric car. And also runs on gas. Alright, second week. Kenan went to Kings Island with the youth group. And we headed to Nashville to play the Quick Steps. In which case we got our butt handed to us.
Yep. That was actually Spring Hill. That's where we was outside of the
Is that where we played in the cornfield?
Yep.
Now that place was really cool. However, it had rained. It rained so
yeah,
bad.
it rained for the first part of the game too, so it was slippery, muddy, and everything. And then the funny thing about the Kings Island, remember what happened at Kings Island? Kenan left half his clothes up there.
No, it wasn't Kings Island. It was at camp.
I thought he got to both places.
At camp, he didn't bring home half his clothes. That kid, I swear. Alright, so now we're into July week 3. And I hurt my foot while watering the garden. And Jerem had to work on Saturday. That was awful. I thought I broke my foot. I did. Because I've got a really high arch and it makes you more prone to break one of the bones in your foot. And it was hurting so bad there that I actually had to go out and buy a cane. But I went and had my foot x-rayed and all that. And the doctor's like, there's nothing that she could do for me. So she just said rest. So I bought a cane. So now I have a cane. It helped though. The cane really did help because I wobbled around for a while and it wasn't getting any better. And I bought the cane, and when I was in the house I would like get the chair and roll around in the chair, and that's the best thing. After I did that, it healed up pretty quickly. So now we're on July week 4, and Kenan went to the beach and we had a family cookout at Jerem's cousin's Brian's house, and Kenan enjoyed swimming there. So apparently he came back from the beach and went to the cookout with us.
Apparently. I was wondering how he got both places at the same time.
So yeah. I pushed Kenan in the pool but with clothes on. I remember that. August, week 1.
Nothing.
Nothing. I didn't write anything. Oops. Week 2. Kenan back to school as a freshman. Wow, they start school so early now. August week 3. Jeremy and I headed over to Folly Beach to celebrate 7 wonderful years as man and wife.
Folly Beach was great. Had a lot of fun there until I got sunburned real bad. That's my fault, but everything was good.
That was my fault. I will take you that, because let me tell you, I hadn't been to the beach in forever, and I'm so used to spray sunscreen, and that's what I took. No, you can't do that at the beach. You cannot do that at the beach. You have to get lotion. And he got so sunburned, and I forget, because in the summer I'm outside all the time, and so I get that base tan, and I hardly ever burn, but he burnt to a crisp. He was miserable. Okay, August week 4, total eclipse. So we weren't actually together during the eclipse.
No, we were both at work. Excuse me.
Rocky, quit crying. She thought you were going to throw that pillow at her.
So when it happened, we all went out in the parking lot and watched it.
Yeah, that's what we did. We had a big to do at our work. We had a big total eclipse party because they knew everybody would be outside. They bought us all glasses. We went outside and we had so much fun. I had so much fun with especially Christy, my very good friend. So yeah. August, week 5, took Kenan to play Singo at Pizza House, and Jerem won some garlic knots.
Yep, I was the first winner.
Yeah, we just recently went, and I won twice in one night. I won a $10 gift card, and I won garlic knots. Now we're into September. Baseball comes to an end as we head to Nashville for Sulphur Dale, and on the way home we went to Game Galaxy.
Looking forward to going back to Game Galaxy next month, hopefully.
Yeah, it's a lot like the Pinball Museum where you pay at one price and then they have all these different games that you can play. September, week 2. Nothing to say about Sulphur Dale.
No,
We got our butts handed to us.
We got a butt kicked, and then we had a banquet afterward.
Nobody showed up. No, from our team.
From our team, yeah. I had to get up and speak and all that stuff. So that was that.
That was funny. Because they give out like the game ball, and Jeremy's like getting up there, and he gets emotional, so he's trying to hold it back. And he's like, and our VIP is, and he looked at the ball, and then he goes,
huh? I just totally had a brain crash there, and I forgot who our MVP was.
And everybody loved it. It really lightened the mood. It was the best thing ever because it was getting a little dry, and then Jeremy stepped up there and did that.
Huh?
It was awesome. It was the best moment of the evening. Okay, September week 2, rainy day at the fair to see Cheap Trick, and we pigged out at Greek Fest. So we went to go see Cheap Trick. They were awesome. Dude still got it. What's the lead singer's name?
Robin Zander, yeah.
He's still got his voice, man. He's still good. Jeremy actually got to...
Yeah, I had a fandom moment there, and I felt like a silly little girl afterwards. Because Trebe was in the car building, and she was talking to somebody about roses, and I stepped out. I stepped out there at the door, and right when I did, Cheap Trick was coming out of the bus, and Rick Nielsen looked over at me, and I gave him a silly little wave.
Oh my God!
And he gave me a silly little wave back. I started thinking, what the?
Look at that fruity guy over there. That's hilarious. Yeah, I was talking to Brian, who is the master gardener here, and he's actually like a part of our Knoxville gardening group. He like runs it. So I was talking to him about different roses and stuff while you're over there fangirling it. I'd forgotten about the silly little wave. That's hilarious. Alright, September week 3. Took Kenan to Hollerpalooza and the punk rock flea market. It was so hot. Oh man, it was miserably hot.
Very hot.
And it was, Kenan's got this thing where he's not autistic, but he has autistic tendencies. He's kind of in that gray area between ADHD and autistic. So he's not really ADHD and he's not autistic. He's his own special snowflake. And when he gets in loud places, he shuts down and there's nothing he can do about it. He wants to go to sleep. And he's had that problem since he was born. In gym class in elementary school where you get really loud in there, he would lay down and actually try to go to sleep. Now, so many times I had to explain that to the gym teacher and all. But here it was so loud at that flea market and it was so hot, it was so miserable. And now he just feels really sleepy. So I would turn around to him and I'd be going, honey, are you okay? And he'd be like this. I just want to go to the car. And I'm like, I know, honey, I know. It was miserable. I'm not letting you back out, Rockosaurus. Suck it up. Go back there and get the boy to let you out. It was so hot. So hot, miserable. And it was September, too. September week 4, Kenan got new glasses and had movie night at school. Quiet week for me and Germ. So the story about Kenan's glasses is he's been begging for contacts for years now. Years. So his dad bought him a cheap pair of glasses and got him contacts. He can't put them in his eyes. He cannot. I've tried to teach him. His dad tried to teach him. It got to the point that me and Kenan were arguing about it. And I'm like, look, and I grabbed his contact and popped it in my eye and then took it back out and said, I know how to put in contacts.
How y'all do it? I'm like him. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, he just can't. You have to get used to it. And Kenan just... Hey guys, I hope you can see me. It's a little dark and gloomy outside because it's snowing and it's getting kind of later in the evening. But I went to edit our 2017 year in review, and I realized that the camera had cut off way earlier than I thought it had. So I didn't want you to miss some weeks. So we had ended with Kenan getting glasses and being unable to put in his contacts. And then the next week was October, week 1. We took the boys to Cocker Farm, had a wonderful time in the mazes and playing around the farm. That place was amazing, absolutely amazing. They had a wonderful mazes, I should say. Their mazes were so great. We got one that was like a flower. Kenan and I almost never found our way out of the maze. Maybe I was with Brian. I can't remember. You'll have to go look at the videos to see. But I didn't think I think I was with Brian on that one. But oh man, it was great. We loved that place, and they had a swing sets. It was just so much fun. And then they had zombie paintball. It was amazingly fun. Everybody really loved that. And they had a haunted trail, which they put together expertly. It was one of the best haunted trails that I have ever been to. And Jeremy was the same. And in the video that you all missed, he was saying about the haunted trail, how he really liked it, and how there was one portion where you walked into this tinted kind of area, and it was a green light. And then there was this mist that was on the floor, and when you walked in, and then this guy pops up right in front of you out of the mist. It's so spooky. They did such a good job, and they're such nice people. We're looking really forward to going there next year. All right, October, week 2, it was fall break for Kenan, and I house sat for Nancy. So apparently I did that twice this year. I think they went to Disney during that time. I did it earlier in the summer, and that's when Kenan and I swam there every day. And then the other thing that you missed was I had to dress up as the Grim Reaper for my COO's birthday. He turned 40. My COO's name is Jeremy. He's a really nice guy, but he really hates to be embarrassed. He hates to be put on the spot. He hates to be embarrassed. Well, the president of the company came to me and said, hey, can you dress up like the Grim Reaper for his birthday? And I was kind of like, I don't know, because I knew that Jeremy didn't like it. Well, the next thing I know, everybody's coming into my office saying, I heard you're dressing up like the Grim Reaper. And I'm like, I said I would think about it. Well, apparently the president of the company went and told everybody in the company that I was doing it. So I did, but I tried not to embarrass him too much. And that's where the video catches back up, I think, with me talking about how I didn't want to embarrass him. So sorry about that. Sorry Jeremy's not with me at all. But yeah, I wanted to give you what you all missed. So on with the video. Sorry, camera turned off. Jeremy, much like my Jeremy, doesn't like to be embarrassed. So, yeah. But I did it. But I tried not to embarrass him too bad. Alright, October week 4. Spirit Week at Kenan's school. He did PJ Day, Twin Day, 50s Day, Character Day, and School Pride Day. I can't tell you much about that except for I had to help him dress up. October week 5. Halloween week. Tried to take the boys, this is what I was talking about. Tried to take the boys to the haunted corn maze, but it was closed due to rain. Took them to play laser tag at main event instead. I dressed up this year as Bob Ross, and Kenan dressed up as Billy Joe from Green Day. So, the laser tag was cool. The whole corn maze thing was awful. That was just awful, but hey, it turned out in the end. We got to go to main event, so can't complain. My costume this year was easy, except for my beard hurt right here. There was something that was sticking. So all day long I did this. You know, rubbed my face all day long. And everybody laughed at me. And Kenan's costume was amazing. And his friend drew eyebrows on him. He looks amazing with eyebrows. Okay, we're in November. You read.
Went to UT game with Jay and Chris, and time changed. So, me and Trey Bay went with a couple of our oldest and dearest friends. Like, Traci and Chris go all the way back to elementary school, apparently.
Yeah.
And
Chris is how me and Jeremy met, actually.
yeah, because he lived just down the road from you.
Uh-huh.
And so we all went to the game, and it was one of the few games that Tennessee won last year. So
Yeah, it was really good.
So we had fun.
The weather was
The weather was-
perfect.
yeah, the weather
Oh
was
man,
really
the
good.
weather was just so perfect. And so Chris doesn't live here anymore. He actually lives in Virginia. So he was down visiting family. So it was really good to see him. But yeah, me and Chris were best friends for years. And I saw him talking to Jeremy in the hall when I was a sophomore and Jeremy was a freshman. And I asked him, who is that guy? Does he have a girlfriend? And Chris was crushed because Chris had a crush on me. Chris was crushed because Chris had a crush on me.
Let's just say that 5 times fast.
Bottle Rocket Show. Crack Slaw was a hit. So I made Crack Slaw to go to the house concert to see the Bottle Rockets. And we put the Crack Slaw on the table. And we were kind of just standing around the table. One of the guys from the Bottle Rockets walked over and got another one of the members and pointed at my Crack Slaw and said, "You got to try this."
Yeah, so that was cool. Bottle Rockets are one of my favorite groups, and not a lot of people know about them. They're kind of, well, we did the
Alternative
video.
country kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of punk.
Americana.
Yeah, they're Americana, kind of punk, kind of country. Yeah. Oop, my glass.
But it was a really cool show. It was over at our friend's house for the house concert, and what it was, they just sat down, the 4 of them. The one guy had the little drum, and then the bass player and guitar player and slide player, and they just sat down and they just started, okay, what do you want to hear? They
Yeah.
started taking requests, and so people would just holler out songs and then play them. So,
They played the very first song, they picked it, and then from there on out, they took requests, and then they picked the last song. So, and they played everything that everybody requested with the exception of like one. And they told them, they was like, look, you got anything else? Because that one really doesn't translate well to acoustic. And yeah, so they were very apologetic. All right, we are at November, week 3.
Thanksgiving at Nancy's and Thanksgiving at Shoney's with Kenan on Thanksgiving Day. And the dinner at Nancy's was excellent. She's such a good cook.
Yeah.
Enjoyed the Thanksgiving at Shoney's too. That's our 2nd year we've done that.
Yeah.
I mean, we did the dinner at Nancy's on the Sunday before.
Yeah, and that's kind of becoming our tradition because Nancy is my aunt, and her kids, they're grown and have kids of their own, so they have stuff that they do. So we've been kind of getting together either the Sunday before Thanksgiving or the Sunday after. We decided we kind of like the Sunday before Thanksgiving. Everybody tends to have that day free. So we've been doing that, and it's been working out great. Works out great for us because that way we can have Thanksgiving with my side of the family and then Thanksgiving with Jeremy's side. But recently, Jeremy's folks have been going down to Florida because they're getting ready to move down there. So we've kind of been on our own for Thanksgiving. So we've just been going to Shoney's, and it's awesome. We had the most awesome Thanksgiving. We played board games and watched the Macy's Day Parade. It had so much fun doing that, and then we went and we ate lunch, and then Kenan got a hamburger.
That's right. Yeah.
And then
He got a hamburger.
he got the big American.
Thanksgiving hamburger.
And then we just had the bar with the traditional stuff, and it was good. And then we came home and we just kind of did our own thing, and it was awesome. It was the best day. We really enjoyed it. So, week 4.
Southern Floyd at the open court with Germ's parents.
Yep. So we took his mom loves Pink Floyd. So the Southern Floyd is a tribute band from Atlanta, and they're a bunch of great guys. One of them actually is from around Knoxville. So we took her and her dad took her and his dad to go see them. We went for dinner and then went to the open chord.
Yeah, it was kind of for my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
It was good birthday.
Yep. All right, now we're in December. We're wrapping up the year.
Neighborhood drama and Christmas shopping.
Neighborhood drama, yeah. So we've got a kid across the street who has ADHD along with oppositional
Thumbs.
defiant disorder or whatever. He's Kennan's age, and yeah, he decided that he was going to hit his grandmother, who raises him. So his sister came over, grabbed us. We were in the middle of watching A Christmas Story. I ran across the street as soon as I heard that he hit her. By that time, he was walking up the street. Jeremy had a little bit more sense and actually put shoes on and got a jacket on and all that. So I went in and kind of diffused the situation, called 911, all that good stuff. Jeremy kind of stood outside and kept the kid calm while the cops came. But the whole thing about that, too, is that they actually didn't take him off. They actually left him there. So, but recently we saw that the cops were back over there. So he just can't seem to get it together. And until he decides to do it for himself, he never will. He wants to blame everybody else. So, yeah, that was our neighborhood drama. December, week 2.
Biltmore with Jerem's mom and HRG Christmas party.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said HRG. That's where I work. I know, I wrote it down there. So we took his mom over to Biltmore. That was what she wanted for her Christmas present, and we were more than happy to oblige. We love to share Biltmore with everybody. And somebody recently got on my videos and said we're not supposed to video inside Biltmore. We can take pictures, but we're not supposed to video.
Somebody from Biltmore did that?
No, somebody just...
And somebody don't know.
Well, I went and I read their website, and it doesn't say anything about not videoing in there, but it doesn't say anything about you can. But anyways, regardless, I've done it. I've done it in front of the employees. They've never said anything, so until they tell me, I'll continue to do it. But it was beautiful because it had snowed, and there was probably a good foot of snow still on the ground, but the streets were clear. And so it just made it look so magical. And it actually wasn't that cold. So it was such a nice day. It was just so neat to see Biltmore in the snow. And then my company had its Christmas party. And that was a lot of fun. Going and just hanging out with my coworkers. We get along really great. It's really nice to get away from the office. Because we actually go somewhere for our Christmas party. And this time we went to a place called the Southern Depot, which was really neat because that's where my grandfather used to work. It was the railroad depot. So yeah, all right, wrapping it up. 2 more weeks to go. Week number 3.
German riding a basketball game and Christmas with Daddy and Annie. So, I went to the Carolina game with Jay. You know, Jay invited me, so he's a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
So I had my ticket. Ryan bought his ticket off the internet, and his section was a couple of sections over, but fortunately, even though the game was sold out, there happened to be an empty seat that was right behind me, so Ryan ended up, you know, getting to sit with us the whole game, so that worked out.
That's cool. Alright, final week. Guess what happened then?
Christmas, Jeremy had a major heart attack and ending the year with clutch.
Eating the year with clutch. So yeah, so Jeremy had a major heart attack, and luckily everything went well with that. And when we were in the hospital, we had tickets to go see Clutch on December the 30th, and I was like, it's going to be too bad we can't see Clutch. And Jeremy's like, yeah, that is bad and all that. Well, we ended up going to the Clutch concert anyways. I took his little nitro pills with me, and they searched my purse, and she pulled them out, and I said, oh, those are my husband's nitro pills. He just recently had a heart attack. That was like maybe a week ago. And she said, oh, bless his heart. She said, I've been using nitro pills since I was 25. So she absolutely understood, and she's like, will you just let us know if he has any kind of problems, and we'll help him out. We'll give him a place to sit. We'll help get him out of here if anything goes wrong. And I was like, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Because we didn't know. We didn't know how he was going to react. Because at that time, he hadn't been to heart rehab yet or anything. But the show was amazing. And Jeremy got a stool, and he was able to sit. And he did fine. I mean, I don't think he got really tired or anything there. So, that was our year. That was 2017. Final thoughts on 2017?
Good ratings, 2017.
We had a pretty good year overall, except for the whole heart attack thing.
Yeah, it was not bad. But hopefully 2018 would be better.
Our story's not over yet. That was a good idea. We're not going to do that for this year.
That idea was great. Let's not do that again.
Yeah, that was a lot of work on me. That was really hard to remember. Oh yeah, I got to write down something for this week. And there were some weeks I was struggling to find something, especially August week first, the first week of August.
Apparently that was a real problem. You even wake up that week. You didn't get out of bed that week.
I don't know. I was really depressed that week, I guess. So thanks for spending 2017 with us. We're really glad you're here. Thanks for making our channel such a great success. We enjoy sharing our lives with you. I'm over there yawning.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know what you'd like to see us do in 2018. What kind of videos you'd like us to make. Because we're here for you guys. Any kind of challenges you want. How about the Tide Pod challenge? You want to do that?
Oh, we're supposed to eat Tide Pods or something?
We're not doing that. I was just kidding. But yeah, if there's any place around here in Tennessee you'd like for us to check out or any place near, let us know. We'll go there. We'll give you our honest opinion because, hey, what you see is what we really are. This is really us. We ain't putting on airs, are we, honey?
No, I wear Adidas.
Bad jokes and all. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. You'd like to see our great ventures here. Smash that like button if you liked it. Smash that dislike button if you hated it. And we'll talk to you guys soon. And until then,
do not door open.
Bye.
Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Pinterest. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on MySpace. What the hell is MySpace? Follow me on Musical.ly. Follow me on Reddit. Follow me on the sidewalk. Follow me on the road. Follow me on WhatsApp. Follow me on Daily Motion. Follow.